Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. It's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another conversation regarding Miss Keke Palmer. What's happening with her baby daddy, Mr. Darius Jackson, and her mother being exposed. Some things said about Usher, him being thrown under the bus. I feel like Usher caught a stray. Usher been catching strays for so many years, y'all. I swear to God, they just been throwing strays at that man. I know he tired. Okay, I know that man is tired. Definitely going to get into some of those things, as a lot of these details have come to us by way of Armand Wiggins, who happens to be another YouTuber slash YouTuber making the video. If you have yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, so let me make sure we're good over here. Yeah, let me see. Wine Housted 33. I hope I said it right. They asked, did you see Dustin Choice's video about the situation? I usually don't keep up with Keke Palmer, so he pointed out some things and made good points. No, I did not see that video. I actually didn't even know who that was, but when I searched, I see that the face is very familiar, but I have not watched the video. So thanks for sharing. I will check that out. It seems like they're going to be giving an opinion that is a bit, I guess they say, unbiased or whatever the case is. As for me, I'm probably gonna be biased. So y'all might want to scoot back for those that's more so on leaning more so on Mr. Darius' side, but then label themselves as unbiased. Okay. But anywho, I'll probably check the video out though, once I'm done, when I get a chance, and just see what some of the points are that this person mentioned. Okay, so what's going on, everybody? Come on into the room. Come on into the room. I'm trying to see where I want to start. Okay, I guess we could just run through the whole spiel. Y'all know Keke Palmer is having some situations and stuff with her baby daddy. Okay. She filed a restraining order on this man last week, a few days after the incident happened on Sunday. Okay. She was advised, according to her police report, to file a restraining order against him. Okay. Darius was at the house when the police eventually arrived and was told to never come back. All right. And yeah, later on that week, Keke ended up filing a restraining order or whatever. All right. We learned that she also got full custody of her child. She also was granted that temporary restraining order. December 5th is the expected court date to find out what's actually going to happen with their situation. As far as whether a permanent restraining order would need to be in place, Keke provided screenshots from video of said incident with she and her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Darius. His brother went onto social media to call out somebody for being manipulative and abusive and all of this stuff, which I still believe he was referring to his brother. Her mom came out to social media to go off on Mr. Saronis Jackson, who is the brother of Darius. Okay. I guess because he tried to paint it out like his brother is this horrible person, but you been knew he was a horrible person because the mama tried to tell you that, but you didn't want to hear that. Okay. So not Darius, but Saronis said he ain't never tell her, certain things or whatever. When she mentioned to him that your brother is abusing my daughter, he was like, okay, I used to do that too, type energy. Okay. Kind of like very dismissive, according to Miss Sharon. Then, of course, he denied that, and he says, "Oh, the world will hear your voice soon," is what he says about Miss Sharon. We have over 200 people in the chat being entertained, girl. You know how I feel about that. But the mods that slide through, they're gonna let you know. So make sure you're paying attention to the chat too, okay? But anywho, so he said that we were gonna hear her voice soon. He was right. Okay, we were all waiting to see exactly what kind of voice were we going to be hearing. Okay, now I did play a little snippet for you guys the other day where you can clearly hear Miss Sharon telling Darius that he would get a bullet in his mother head. All right, and that was a 6-second clip. Okay, that was put out, but no additional details at the time. Right. Let's see what else ended up taking place after that. I think that was it. Oh, no, that was not it. I'm sorry. Text messages began to be released between the parents of Darius and the mothers, shall I say, because the fathers weren't involved, but the mothers of Darius and Keke, where obviously Darius's mom called out Keke's mom and said that I heard that you were going to harm my you don't respect or value your life nor my son's life. Girl, go away from us with this, with how your son be out here acting in these streets. Miss Keke mom responded and she was just like, baby, don't be messaging my mother with the host. All right, your son, according to Miss Sharon says that her son, Darius, choked his own sister out. You need to deal with his anger issues before you try to come over here and sweep around my door and do anything like that. See, y'all the problem because y'all enable his bullshit. I'm not his mama, so I don't have to have respect for his little trifling acts. Is what I was getting from the message. She also told her you should be ashamed of yourself for sitting up there raising a man that fights women. So that right there, thank you, Sandra, for that. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Hopefully it stops. But that is what the mom said. Okay. So that's what's been going on for the most part, right? Yesterday, it was really hot over here in these streets because, or at least not in the YouTube streets, it would have been because Armand Wiggins ended up getting some audio and things and he was going to drop it, leak it, or whatever the case was. Not really, I ain't gonna say leak it. He wasn't gonna leak it. But he was gonna put it out there. He was gonna talk about it and everything. And he got like a lot of, negative feedback and stuff about it. And I think that whoever was going to come on the channel with him to like interview about it also got a bit spooked. So they decided that, okay, girl, let me moonwalk to the back, bitch. I can't do it, okay? Because these people going to be on my ass. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel different ways about that situation. If you watch my channel, I definitely mentioned it before. For me, Armand Wiggins is like one of my top YouTubers. Like I always try to make sure I catch all his content because I really do like Armand. But he's definitely at the top, okay? I don't know why this audio keeps acting like this. It might be something wrong with the system that I'm using. So I do apologize about that, y'all. If y'all keep hearing the audio go in and out. But hopefully you guys can still hear me clearly. So when he put this out and he was saying that he was going to, share more tea and more information and stuff, I have to be honest and say that it did come off as though he was leaning more towards the side of Darius. Now, granted, he may have been in a situation where it was like, not so much as him leaning on that side, but more so y'all just need to get all the facts before y'all just automatically jump to one side of a situation. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, for me, I'm looking at the video, not the video because nobody's seen the video yet, but I'm looking at the photos and the photos look exactly as this girl said that they are. So I am kind of leaning on her side. I do understand where he's coming from, but I feel like when it came to the Megan situation and Tory, a lot of people chose a side when it came down to that. So why can't they choose one now? You know what I'm saying? Even though some people's sides started off being, I don't believe Megan. And then when they started getting the heat for it, then it became, I don't believe Tory. So, okay, girl, like whichever one y'all want to do. But anywho, so Armand came to the front and he shared some of the video, not video, but pictures of the alleged marks that Keke put onto Darius, right? So let me see if I can pull that up for y'all because this is what he had, okay? These are some of the scrapings and different things, it looks like around his neck, his chest area, and his arm area, okay? And with this, people were trying to say that she was fighting him versus him fighting her. But let's go ahead and keep going, because I believe that there was a caption that Armand put up. He said, "There's multiple sides to the story. Now, I do not have a dog in this fight. However, I have received audio, emails, text messages, and more showing that Keke Palmer was attacking Darius." That's what I want to see, my love. I want to see the evidence you have that shows that she was attacking him. And we might see that in the video, right? That she's going to drop as her evidence in December. But I was hoping he went live, because I wanted to see exactly what are the evidence and the details that you have where you say that you have all of these things and that she's attacking him. That's just what I wanted to see. He says she actually admitted out of her own mouth, basically, that she hit him. And we'll listen to the audio and things that she put up. But what's killing me softly is, even if she did put hands on him, to me, okay, and that may not be the intent, but that's just how it looks to me, you're still excusing what he did to her. Or, to me, making it appear as though what happened to her didn't happen because she did X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? As if, and with no consideration or anything for this likely being defense wounds as to why she was coming at him. Most of the time when women are defending themselves against a person, they are going to go for the neck and they are going to go for the face. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's the quickest way to kind of like obstruct a person's view. You know what I'm saying? And distract them or whatever the case is. So to me, this ain't really telling me a whole lot of nothing. So if there is video where you feel, and I don't know if I think Armand should really release that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I feel like also they were kind of trying to use him, the Jacksons or whoever's on that team, in my personal, to do their dirty work. And I feel like the reason they chose Armand was because I feel like out the gate, he was already like, I won't say on the fence, but in the middle of not knowing who did what for real, for real. We hear what's being said, but we don't know for real, for real. And I feel like that's why they chose him to put this information out. And I feel like they was trying to use him. So I feel like if there's video and you're claiming that you have video and things, then put that out. But here's the gag for me. And the gag for me is that when Keke was assaulted or harassed or whatever y'all want to say, this girl went to the courts. Y'all family over here trying it in the media. Are you okay? Are you okay? Y'all are over here trying to sway public opinion. You better be careful. Because I feel like Tory tried to do the same thing and it didn't play out too well for him. So I'm just over here. I just have questions. I do. So if you feel as though she has, attacked this young man and done all these things, then drop it. Where are your screenshots? Where are yours? Okay. Let's keep going. So then goes on to say, I also have audio of the mother making wild statements about Usher and his sexuality. All right. For now, get into these pictures of Darius after Keke Palmer allegedly attacked him on multiple different occasions. And that is what I would like to see. I'm trying to get to the multiple, baby. I'm trying to get to the multiple. Where are the multiple? That's what I would like to see. And I know Armand was considering putting this out. I know he also put up some other stuff, but let me say this while it's on my mind. I know he was planning on like going live and all of that, but then the live ended up not happening. And I think it didn't happen because he got so much scrutiny in his comments and likely on Twitter for him getting in the midst of this, and people felt like, oh, Armand, you're acting like TK if you drop this information. And I did have mixed feelings about that a little bit. Like, one, it's like, it did seem like you going out your way to kind of like discredit a little bit. But at the same time, when you're in media and you're a person that wants to break a story, sometimes it's not going to always go in the favor of said person that's favored by everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, I guess, pick and choose your battles and stuff. And see, that's why for me, and I'm, that may be his ministry, and that's fine if that's what he chooses to do. I'm not gonna judge him on that at all. But it just highlights for me that's why I don't like to break stories. I just like to report on them. I feel like people that be out here breaking stories, I'm kind of glad that he pulled back and decided to not do it. I do feel like there's a level of clout attached to breaking stories, but also there's a level of high consequences when you do that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of glad that he kind of like just pulled back and was like, nah, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But I understood where the viewers were coming from and the fans were coming from. But I also kind of understood it from his side too, because it's like, y'all complaining, but it's like everything ain't gonna always go in the favor of another person. Okay, just because they a black person and this and that, like, he got to still do his job if that's the job that he's trying to be in, right? But he decided to not do it at the end of the day, and he mentioned that the person that he was supposed to, do the live with and stuff, they kind of got spooked and nervous, in his words. He didn't necessarily say that, but that's his thing, spooked and nervous. So the person pretty much got like spooked and nervous, and they pulled back. But in my honest opinion, I don't even think it was just them pulling back. I think it was him pulling back as well. And I can't say he shouldn't, because ain't nobody trying to, like, even if he doesn't believe Keke at all, ain't nobody gonna be trying to put their neck on the line. It's the same thing with the Megan situation. Not necessarily believing Megan, but when the people chew you up in the comments, then now all of a sudden, I believe Tori did it. I believe, well, you sure? Because that's not what you were saying. But I understand maybe more evidence came out to make you change your mind. But yeah, so I kind of get it. Like, ain't nobody trying to put themselves on the line, especially when you feel like you don't even have all of the facts. You only have the details of what somebody is feeding you and what they want you to put out. So I do kind of feel like, okay, y'all were trying to kind of like use that man to do y'all dirty work. Because most of the time, Armand gonna say how he feel and what the hell is on his mind. He ain't gonna care too much or whatever. But yeah, he definitely pulled back, and I think that was to me, I think that was smart. But I also thought it was interesting to see that DJ Academics dropped the audio late last night, and then next thing you know, Armand decided he was going to drop the audio as well. And I think seeing DJ Academics drop the audio made him feel a little more comfortable. At least that's how I understood it. Like, that's what let me make sure that's right. Because when did I get that? Because I believe DJ Academics dropped it first. Yeah, I believe DJ Academics dropped it first, and then shortly after that, I believe that's when Armand ended up dropping it right afterwards. Let me make sure though. Yeah, I think that's how it went. So I think once DJ Academics dropped it, Armand felt a bit more comfortable, like, okay, I could drop it too, or whatever the case is. Because, obviously, what's his name? Obviously, DJ Ack or whatever don't care. So maybe I should be on this same I don't careness type thing. So he decided to, drop that. But let me see if there's anything else that Armand posted before we get into the audio and things, so that we can hear exactly what the mom is saying to Darius. Shout out to the 500 people in the chat. One of the ways to support the channel is just by hitting that like button that is free. It's available to you somewhere near the screen. So if you guys would just do that for me, that will be highly and greatly appreciated. Let's see. All right, so this was put out per Armand. I'm not sure what RC stands for, but it says DV AWD. I want to look that up. I should have looked that up before I hopped on the live, because I want to know what that means. But if any of you guys are in like law enforcement and all of that other stuff, go ahead and explain what these things mean if you can. All right. So domestic violence, they said no crime. So I guess they're trying to say that there was no crime that took place. But see, here's the thing though, y'all, for me. Just because they put no crime took place doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It could be that she did not report that the crime took place. See, for me, for everybody's different with how they perceive this situation, okay? And I'm perceiving mine much differently. For a person to post anything and make it seem like it wasn't even about that, they were just talking about harassment. You have to look at the cycle. What's killing me softly is how everybody keeps talking about November 5th, but ain't nobody talking about February 2022. Where it's clear he's slamming her on the ground. Ain't nobody talking about April 2022. But y'all keep focusing on the particulars of what happened at that time. But let's keep this in mind with 2022. If she ain't been saying nothing to nobody about it, and it's been, which is something a lot of abuse victims go through. They don't say anything. They fly under the radar. They pretend and act like everything is A-okay when it's not. Why would you think when the police got there, she would fully tell them that he attacked her, this, that, and the other? There's a possibility that she withheld that because she didn't want to see the son, the person, the father of her child being locked up. She probably just wanted to retrieve her phone and get this man off her property. It is what it is, you know? And I just feel like whether there was, DV, whether they put it down or not, at the end of the day, the people was called. And what I'm also not understanding is how is anybody over there talking about a conversation, talking about, they were talking about harassment, this, that, and the other. Sweetheart, my love, bug, pumpkin, sugar pie, teddy bear. That NIGGA should have never been in her motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck if his child was there. It's not your home. It is giving trespassing, baby. So we can't skip some clues and then go straight over here and then try and justify his actions. That we're not going to do that. Okay. And if y'all trying to make it seem as though like, oh, well, it was understood. He was supposed to come and get his son. He was supposed to pick him up for a football game. Baby, them the receipts you probably should have dropped. Because this right here ain't giving nothing. Then here's the gag for me. Another thing. Because y'all really, girl, they just pissing me. Why are you putting everything out to us? Baby, I can't save you from being restrained permanently. We can't save you from being able to access your child. These are receipts for your attorney. And we can tell that you guys have yet to retain one because you're providing so much fucking information to social media. Get it together. That makes no, like, girl, are they okay? Girl, what? Even look good. Like, are y'all okay? Anywho, let's go ahead and see what else we got over here. All right, going back to this. It says child custody dispute only. It looks like advanced mediation, family court for child support custody agreement. So there's that. She definitely went down and filed and got the custody or, temporary custody at this time. But in addition to that, and a restraining order was also filed because he came to her house and showed his ass. Period. That's just where we at with that. I want to go over to Armand's page and just check out some of the audio and things that he decided to share with us later last night. So let me get that up on the screen for you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's coming in, liking and supporting the channel. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. We just gonna have us a chat about this situation and what's been going on here. All right. Okay, here we are. Let's go ahead and check this audio and stuff out.
I'm on with it.
Now, real quick, let me know that you guys can hear this audio, okay? Make sure that you guys let me know that you can hear the audio.
I'm on with it. Yeah, you said nasty things to me.
I didn't need to say them back. That's my bad.
Armand Wiggins.
It's my bad to say nasty things to you.
Come on, Armand, you better sit up there and number one, that's Keke Palmer talking. Number two, Armand said, bitch, y'all is not finna use my audio and think I'm not finna use my name. Hello? All right. Armand said, Armand Wiggins.
You. Even if you did say nasty things to me, it's my
Armand
bad
Wiggins.
to put my hands on you, even though you did whatever that you did that made me feel that way. Like, I'm going to take responsibility.
So it seems like that was just a short
Like,
clip.
I'm not gonna sit, yeah, you said nasty things to me. I didn't need to say them back. That's my
Armand
bad.
Wiggins.
It's my bad to say nasty things to you. Even if you did say nasty things to me. It's my
Armand
bad
Wiggins.
to put my hands on you, even though you did whatever that you did that made me feel that way. Like, I'm going to take responsibility.
All right. So y'all just heard that. And what was being pointed out in that moment by Armand, he was saying that this is audio of Keke talking to Darius, saying that it was bad for her to put her hands on him. Again, for me, a lot of DV victims feel guilt when they do defend themselves. That's number one. But number two, if you're actually listening to what she said, she's saying that the things that she has done has been in response. Okay. It's been a reaction to a action. And that's what y'all not using for me. High key. I think that, and if that's what y'all choose to do, that's what y'all choose to do. I think that y'all are trying to definitely show to the people that as much as y'all may think that she's this perfect patty, she isn't. And it's okay to not be a perfect patty, but it's also two things could be true. She could be a not a perfect patty and also still be in an abusive relationship. That's what that, but girl, let me just keep, okay. Now let's check out the other video. And I believe the next one may be of the mom really like going in. Okay. So let's get into what the mama had to say.
It's my
through? That you put it through? That you put
Armand
it through?
Wiggins.
What the fuck is you saying, ignorant?
That you put it through?
Can you speak English? That's part of the reason why you can't get no acting job.
I'm sure.
Your articulation is poor.
I'm sure.
What the fuck are you saying?
Whoa.
I'm sure.
Armand Wiggins.
Oh, mama is going in.
If only you actually like.
Can you put it through? What does that mean? Can you put it through?
he's trying to do the whole child actor parents sacrifice their childhood gag.
Oh, well, okay, well, we got
'Cause look at her.
$30 million today.
Look at her. That's fine.
Yeah, I sacrificed her, I guess.
Okay.
Armand Wiggins.
But what did your mama do to you?
Huh?
She fucked you up.
My mom's fine.
You should have been a child entertainer.
I'm
You
good.
should have been one. Maybe you would have more gumption. Maybe you would have more get to do it. Because your mama fucked you up.
Baby. When I tell you Miss Sharon is reading him down, when I tell you that is from a mom that is fed up with your fucking bullshit. And if people listen, you're listening to a part. Number one, he's recording. So of course he's not gonna show his ass because he's recording. You know what I'm saying? He's recording them. He wants to have as much evidence as he could put out on them. But that's from my mama that's fed up and tired. And what people are not understand is y'all sitting over here focusing on everything the mama said, but what y'all not catching is the fact that why the fuck is he still at her house? Why has he not left yet? When you're not, nobody's supposed to be here. I tried that love thing for the last time. My heart says no. Nobody's supposed to be here. Why is you here? Go on, sir. Go on.
Turned you into a punk ass mama's boy who harasses a woman. What kind of bullshit is that? Your mama should be ashamed of herself. She should
Armand.
be telling you.
Can I also jump in and say this? If y'all want to check it out in its entirety without interruptions, definitely go over to Armand Wiggins' channel on, his Instagram page and check that out for yourselves. But I believe a lot of people were saying that, oh, she's only talking about harassment. She's not talking about DV. Did it ever occur to you that the DV and things went down right after this? You know what I'm saying? Because to come over there and get all, irate or whatever it is you're doing and being in this girl's house and saying whatever you saying or what that is harassment. Especially if you came over to their house unwanted. But it doesn't mean that it did not lead to a physical situation later. And let you tell it or anybody tell it that's looking at the details that's being put out. It did lead to something physical because you're saying that it was Keke that got physical. So which one is it? What we doing?
Why are you harassing this girl,
Just
Jerry?
leave her alone.
Because
Why are you doing this?
Why say horrible things to her?
she's the one that kept wanting to come back around. Trust me, I didn't want this.
But that makes no sense as to why you harass.
Harass.
There's no need to say horrible things and send me this Usher picture. There's no reason for that. You do that because you're nuts. Yeah. There's no reason for you to say that.
This man is manipulative as hell. It's like, you're not going to get this BS past Keke's mom. Why is you still at this girl's house? Why are you here?
Jezebel, calling me Haiti. That's all unnecessary. You do all of that unnecessarily because something's wrong with your mind. It's not normal. You sound like you have a broken brain and you need to go to see somebody because you're chemically imbalanced. There's nothing that I've done for you to stay on that page. People have endured more. I've endured more from you and I don't do that to you. I don't sit up there and call you all kinds of names and do stuff like that. You randomly have an episode and then you harass me for an hour straight. That's what you do.
Which is the same thing she mentioned in her police report the night of February 13th when she showed him the video of her, or at least the pictures of her before and after working out. And then they got into it. He was upset. Drove home upset. She thought it was going to get into an accident. She's extremely tired, and he continued to yell at her, fuss at her for hours. And this is the thing for me. Did you not get the police report? Did you not read that? Did you not get into that? Because this is showing clear evidence for me. Look at how the man is still standing in this home, and the mama is asking this, why are you still harassing her, Darius? Why are you still there? You hear her saying this in the video. Or at least in the audio. So ain't no way I'm going to sit up there and not believe that he wasn't constantly harassing her that night, preventing her from getting some damn rest. Number one, because I can relate. But outside of that, number two, it's right here. He's still standing in this girl's house saying the same shit over and over, taunting these people. Like, it's giving weird. And then she just mentioned that he did it again for an hour. Like, come on, y'all. But I get it, Girl, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Because they just how they is.
It's not normal. It's not necessary. You could just not talk to me.
I'm going to harass you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
Armand Wiggins.
Motherfucker on earth.
Now, ma'am, this is where I'm going to have to clock you, Miss Sharon. This is where I'm going to have to clock you, girl. Clock, clickety, clock, okay? Number one, you sound crazy saying that Usher is bisexual, as if a bisexual person is not interested in women. He could very well still be interested in Keke. That's one. Two, what the hell does Usher's sexuality have to do? And who the fuck is Darius that y'all feel that y'all need to put out somebody else's sexuality to make him feel comfortable as a man and not to chastise her? Whether he is or isn't, ain't none of Darius's business. And at the end of the day, you do not own Keke. Just because you've been in a relationship with her and just because you've had a child with her, you do not own her, baby. So you have no right in my personal to tell this woman what she can and cannot wear because you think she's a mother. If you want to talk about somebody being a mom, why don't you focus on being a fucking dad? Because a dad is not going to be at nobody's house, especially his baby mom's, harassing the dog out of her when your whole goal was to go over and pick up your son and your son isn't even there for you. But you want to sit up here and talk about some clothes. I feel like fucking Allen Iverson. We talking about basketball. Girl, I feel like Lil Wayne. It's my cup. Excuse me? Are you okay? You're not. And this audio is showing that. If y'all took the time to listen and break it down. But they're going to do what they want to do anyway. Because that's just how they is.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Jordan.
You was a dumb motherfucker. And then you let your family, you let your brother talk you into, hey man, look, your brother's a pussy too. His reputation in Hollywood is he's a fuck boy. and he's an asshole, and nobody really likes him. Lauren London don't like his ass.
Armand Wiggins.
So at the end of the day, you, the Jacksons, are.
Lauren London doesn't like him. Is that I understand? I understand that Nipsey passed away. Y'all know they were doing that show together, Saronis and Lauren London. They were doing Two Could Play That Game or something. Not Two Could Play That Game. Games People Play is what I think it was, because I really enjoyed the show. But after Nipsey passed away, she returned to the show, but she was going by probably episode 2. So I wonder, I mean, this ain't the first time I've heard that Saronis is ass on set. Now, I'll be honest. I'm not trying to put that label on him. I'm just saying what I've heard. And then to hear her mama say it again, it's like, okay, girl, I don't know. I'm like, that might be a bit true. So now you got me wondering, is it true about Usher? But at the end of the day, that ain't none of my business. It's that man personal. Because one thing y'all gonna do is out things that's related to Usher sexually. Okay? So y'all gonna have to be careful with that. That's not nice. Tap, tap. Pop, pop. Don't do that.
Fucking jokes. You guys are fucking jokes. That's what you are. You're a fucking joke. So don't blame Keke for being a joke. You was a joke before you met her.
Ooh, talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it being a joke. Because when it came out that he was dating Keke, didn't that ex-girlfriend of his come out with some TikTok stories about their relationship? And she also alleged that he forced her to get a abort. Right? Now, I don't know how accurate that was from her, but she definitely came out and had a lot of things to say about him. I kind of feel like Miss Ma'am probably was just hating because it wasn't her and she wasn't chosen. But girl, I feel like I was wrong as hell as we fast forward to where we are now. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
Don't blame her. Don't call her cunt. And what man thinks they gonna call the mother of their child cunt, bitches, whore, you've been run through, I'm gonna come and get the baby. What kind of mental motherfucker are you?
Ooh.
Nobody does that, Darius. Nobody does that. What woman wants their child to go be with a man who calls them cunts and bitches? That's the stupidest thing I've ever. If my daughter ever give you the baby after you call her a cunt, I'm gonna beat her ass.
Armand Wiggins.
And you know what?
Baby's gonna be back in my arms. I'm like, the inevitable's gonna happen. He's gonna grow up to be a man, a real man, and
Grow up to be a real man? Didn't I tell y'all the other day that I was really concerned based on reading the police report and everything, the restraining order details and stuff? I was concerned, like, if you would sit up there and tell your child that your mother is a whore, she's a cunt, she's a this, don't nobody want her. I was fearing for how you were going to try to raise that child. And then now y'all can say whatever y'all want. My child gonna grow up and be a man. My child is a real man. Baby, you're not one. You're not one, because in my opinion, a real man not going to sit up there and try and critique a woman's attire when she's at a concert, enjoying herself, having a great time, when you know all she do is work super hard. If she ain't working, now she got to be a mommy. So why should she not have a night out on the town? How is that being any bit of disrespectful to you? So this is a fool. I don't care what nobody's talking about, and ain't nobody finna change my mind no time soon. Only thing that's gonna change my mind is if we got some details, video, and it was a completely different thing than what Keke was saying it was. And it's crazy how the things that she mentioned in that restraining order are in this very audio that we're hearing that y'all Jacksons or whoever decided to release. That's the crazy thing for me. None of your evidence is panning out. And then y'all want to question the screenshots of what you saw, but the screenshots were exactly as Keke said. He bust into her house. The key parts was when she said that she told him to leave. Instead, he went and sat down in her living room. What do we see? Darius sitting down. She said she stood behind the couch to create distance. What did we see? Her standing behind the couch. She said he came around the couch to become closer to me to then attack me. What did we see? Him come around the damn couch. Like, these were screenshots of what we saw. She was literally breaking it down. But people gonna do what they want to do anyway, because that's just how they is.
and he's gonna go ahead and just come on over. All right.
The fact that you think Leo would like the way that you
Dad, I'm his dad.
He's not going to be happy.
I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I don't care about what you all think. I don't care what you think, especially Keke. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. Sharon, your opinion is very little to me. You're wasting your breath right now, Sharon.
She wasting her breath, but you stood up there going in circles, interacting with her, and recording her.
You're wasting your breath right now. You're wasting your breath right now. Trust me. Yeah.
Armand Wiggins.
Bro, I've seen this like 20 different times, Sharon. It doesn't faze me anymore. None of what y'all do faze me anymore. Come on now. Where's my son at? Where's my son at?
Armand Wiggins.
Okay.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You are a dickless motherfucker.
I'm sure.
I don't know what the fuck my daughter just saw in your limp dick ass.
Armand Wiggins.
I'm about to fix it.
That's what you raised. That's what you raised.
You are, yeah, and that's what your mama raised. Dick suckers.
Okay.
Your brother's a dick sucker too.
I'm sure.
If I could be honest, I don't know how far Keke's mom is from the situation, but I'm not gonna, as a parent, I'll be real honest. I'm not gonna sit on the phone. I don't really do that as a person in general. I'm not gonna sit on the phone and argue and go back and forth with you too much before I see about you. Like, I'm not gonna use social media too much before I see about you. Like, girl, this whole conversation, I would have already been at my child's house. If I wasn't there, somebody would have been there at my child's house already. I'm not gonna waste my breath on a person that I see so low and may have mentally challenged ways or whatever he got going on. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna see about you, baby. And if I can't, somebody else is definitely on the way. Okay? I just wouldn't have wasted my time with all of this. Like, and then to, honestly, insult his DICK size, or girl, we don't really care. I don't really give a fuck about it. I ain't gotta fuck you. That's what my child chose to do. But at the end of the day, don't fucking play. Don't play with us. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's Brown. My bad. Let me try and fix that. I can't fix that. Can I fix that? 1 second. Okay, let me just remove that. I'll fix it later. S. Brown says, because you're doing the work of the Lord this fine Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. What's up, Busy Blue? Says these audio clips seem to be coming from his side and they make him look even worse. That's what I'm saying. Narcissists will never learn. Off with his head, period. Thank you so much, you guys, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And I definitely agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, all this evidence y'all trying to drop and people trying to lean towards their side as though they're accurate or whatever the case is actually, to me, validating the things that Keke has put in her restraining order. Another sad thing that I mentioned earlier in this video for the people that are just now joining is the fact that Keke is trying her case or her situation with this man in the courts. She went straight to the courts, even though it was a few days later, because I didn't think that was something she really wanted to do. But she likely had to, because I'm sure her family applied pressure. But she's trying her stuff through the courts, and they really haven't said a whole lot of nothing. But then you have the Jacksons over here. They trying to try theirs in public opinion over here in the media with the other folks. It's not really helping you, because if you leave it to us, especially me, we gonna dig through the cracks and see how this doesn't make sense as you're trying to portray it out to make. So I don't know if you have or if you even need an attorney, but I think that's who you should be with. And based on y'all trying to release stuff to us, lets me know that you ain't even got one, because that's how y'all move. But anyway, girl, let me keep going. I'm playing the audio through for you guys again.
I'm sure.
You probably suck dicks too.
Okay.
Armand Wiggins.
Yep.
You a dick sucking motherfucker.
All right, so about a bullet.
If you keep fucking around, I might get somebody to fuck you.
All right, so about that bullet again.
Keep
Armand
fucking
Wiggins.
with me, you might get a dick in your ass.
Okay.
Whoa.
Keep fucking with me.
Okay.
Whoa.
You motherfuckers don't know who you dealing with.
Y'all have no idea who you stepped up to play with. But it's all.
Okay. I have to stop again because I'm hearing more stuff. Okay. First of all, he thought he had her, which is why he's focusing on the bullet word. He thought he had her, so he wants to lean more into that. Let's talk about that, because, I could use this. I could show the people to see what she said about me, Mom. She said she was gonna put a bullet in my head. Mom, do you see what she's saying? Like, that's what it's giving. But also, I just feel like, girl, when you say that he don't know who he effing with, I feel like he do. That's why he been doing it for over a year, in my opinion. Now, y'all might rise to the occasion now, as you are, but this whole time I feel like that young man may have knew who he was dealing with, which is why he continued the stuff that he continued, because Keke likely was not sharing some stuff at one point, and even when she did share it at some point, y'all didn't do nothing. In my opinion. But I do feel like y'all didn't do anything because that's difficult. You might want your child to leave a situation alone, but you don't want to drive a wedge between you and your child because they're going to do what they want to do. So sometimes you got to sit back and just be supportive. Just let them know that you're there and allow them to come to their own conclusions and their own decisions when it comes to certain people, relationships, friendships, and stuff like that. So that's what I think. But let me keep going.
I tried to be nice to you.
Yeah.
I tried to be nice because I thought you had some mental problems.
Nope.
So I tried to be nice. But you going to talk about my daughter? You going to harass my daughter? You going to talk about Usher? Usher is gay.
Armand
You
Wiggins.
and your stupid ass family don't even understand the business. Usher is gay, guys.
Armand
Told her to put
Wiggins.
some clothes on.
Gay.
Told her to put some clothes on.
Don't get me into Usher.
I think that was just so wrong to even say that, even if he is or whatever. It went from he gay to him being bisexual. No, ma'am. And I know how we weave in and out of those words, because sometimes we learn that a man is gay, we feel like they can't be bisexual at all. But because he has a family and stuff, then it's given he's bisexual. At the end of the day, I don't think that man's sexuality had anything to do with this conversation at all. And again, who is Darius for you to try to prove that point to? Get the fuck out of that girl house. Period.
Told her to put some clothes on.
You are stupid.
Told her to put some clothes on.
You are a stupid man.
She's a mom. She has to put some clothes on. She's a mom. She has to put some clothes on.
It's weird.
Are crazy, chaotic,
Yeah.
harassing
Okay.
people.
So where my son
They
go?
are harassing my family. They are harassing my daughter. And
Where's my
I'm
son
not
at?
going to
Even
let
Marcus,
this get
even Marcus
you
Johnson, the
more.
nigga that your brother's named after, his
So,
kids
no,
told me
you
y'all
are
are
not
crazy.
allowed in the
Okay.
house.
He was the one
You
in
are
the
not
video.
allowed nowhere
They
around
told me
us
that you and your brother's
because
crazy.
you
And
are
it's crazy because your
toxic.
brother's named
You are a
after their
toxic
dad.
motherfucker.
Right.
And they said y'all are nuts.
Not named after the
sure.
dad, and they nuts.
I'm sure.
You got to go.
Whoa.
Can he still hear me?
Oh yeah, he is.
I'm just waiting for my son. Where's my son at? It's football Sunday. He used to be with his family.
He
Armand
needs to
Wiggins.
be with his
Fuck you,
family.
nigga. You ain't got
Where my son at, he needs to be with his family. That does not sound like, to me, it's football Sunday. That does not sound like to me that there was an agreement between both of them for him to get his kid. I don't know. This just sounds like somebody that came over to the house demanding to get their kid. That just does not sound like an agreement at all. And you keep asking where the child at, and you know the child ain't there. What time would you like to get him? We will rearrange another time for you to pick the baby up. But with this crazy behavior you're displaying, I can't say that I would even let my child go with you, because he may go with you and never come back. So, no.
a family. Your bitch ass family, your dick sucking brother, your sister that you choked, your immigrant bitch ass mama.
Oh, not your sister that you
please.
choked.
They have nothing to do with this. They have nothing to do with this.
Jerry Springer family.
They have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Your bitch ass
Armand
mama,
Wiggins.
She fucked you up. She the one got you thinking you can go around and harass women because your daddy harassed her.
Okay.
And your grandmama told me his mama's crazy. We've never been able to do anything with her. I don't know why
Oh,
my son
my.
stayed with her, but
Come
yeah,
on.
she's crazy. And if Darius is listening to her, he should be ashamed of himself. That's what your damn grandmama told me.
That's what his dad
Your
said.
grandmama told me your mama was crazy, and that if you wanted to listen to your mama,
She's
then
schizophrenic,
you
and
need to
so is
let
he.
you go.
You both need
Yeah,
medicine.
the grandmama said
Armand
that
Wiggins.
if you wanted to keep listening to your mama, then Keke needed to let you go. Because Keke is a brilliant person, and Darius should be lucky to have her. So if you think she's a cunt, you think she's a whore, then why don't you take your limp dick and find the woman that you want to find? Why are you over my daughter's house? Why are you
Armand
always
Wiggins.
around
My
her
son.
calling her cunt bitches? Go
My
find
son.
you a Mexican.
For my
Why
son.
harass me,
But your
though?
son ain't
My
there.
son.
Why harass me? You don't
My
have to
son.
harass me.
But for my son.
But you don't have to
My
harass me.
son. Where's
You
my
harass
son?
me.
Where's my son?
He's
You
not.
stop harassing
Where's
me.
my son? That's all I'm just asking for. I'm not here for her.
Where is
Armand Wiggins.
Girl, yes, that was definitely Keke in the background. With everything that was being said, I just feel like at the end of the day, everybody keep overlooking the fact that this man is at her house, knowing that his child is not at the house, and he's continuing to ask over and over, where my son at? He's not here. You can come back later. Make sure you give me a call the next time you decide to come through. Because you don't live here and you don't pay no mother bills up in here. So are you okay? That's not, like, he created a very difficult situation, a very uncomfortable situation, and has been doing so since this summer. But y'all want to sit up here and use audio of what it is that Keke mentioned as though she's not innocent in said situation, when you also did not hear the fact that all of her reactions were to an actual action. But we'll run it back.
That you put it through? That you put it through?
What the fuck is you saying, ignorant?
That you put it through?
Can you speak English? That's part of the reason why you can't get no acting job.
I'm sure.
Your articulation is poor.
I'm sure.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm sure.
Armand Wiggins.
If only you actually like.
Put it through? What does that mean? Can you put it through?
he's trying to do the whole child actor parents sacrifice their childhood gag.
Oh, well, okay, well, we got
look at her.
$30 million today.
Look at her. That's fine.
Yeah, I sacrificed her, I guess.
Okay.
Armand Wiggins.
But what did your mama do to you?
Huh?
She fucked you up.
My mom's fine.
You should have been a child entertainer.
I'm good.
You should have been one. Maybe you would have more gumption. Maybe you would have more get to it. Because your mama fucked you up. She turned you into a punk-ass mama's boy who harasses a woman. What kind of bullshit is that? Your mama should be ashamed of herself. She should be telling you, why are you harassing this girl, Jerry?
Because
why are you doing this?
Why say horrible things to her?
she's the one that kept wanting to come back around. Trust me, I didn't want this.
But that makes no sense as to why you harass. You don't. There's no need to say horrible things and send me this Usher picture. There's no reason for that. You do that because you're nuts. There's no reason for you to say that. Jezebel, calling me Haiti. That's all unnecessary. You do all of that unnecessarily because something's wrong with your mind. It's not normal. You sound like you have a broken brain and you need to go to see somebody because you're chemically imbalanced. There's nothing that I've done for you to stay on that page. People have endured more. I've endured more from you, and I don't do that to you. I don't sit up there and call you all kinds of names and do stuff like that. You randomly have an episode and then you harass me for an hour straight. That's what you do.
Now I'm gonna
it's not normal. It's not necessary. You could just not talk to me.
I'm gonna harass you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
Armand Wiggins.
You motherfucker on earth.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Dorian.
Usher. You was a dumb motherfucker. And then you let your family, you let your brother talk you into, hey man, look, your brother's a pussy too. His reputation in Hollywood is he's a fuck boy. And he's an asshole. And nobody really likes him. Lauren London don't like his ass.
Armand Wiggins.
So at the end of the day, you, the Jacksons, are fucking jokes. You guys are fucking jokes. That's what you are. You're a fucking joke. So don't blame Keke for being a joke. You was a joke before you met her.
Armand Wiggins.
So don't blame her. Don't call her cunt. And what man thinks they gonna call the mother of their child cunt, bitches, whore, you've been run through, I'm gonna come and get the baby. What kind of mental motherfucker are you? Nobody does that, Darius. Nobody does that. What woman wants their child to go be with a man who calls them cunts and bitches? That's the stupidest thing I've ever. If my daughter ever give you the baby after you call her a cunt, I'm gonna beat her ass.
Armand Wiggins.
And you know what?
Baby's gonna be back in my arms. I'm like, the inevitable's gonna happen. He's gonna grow up to be a man, a real man, and he's gonna go ahead and just come on over. All right. Dad, I'm his dad.
He's not gonna be happy.
I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I don't care about what you all think. I don't care what you think, especially Keke. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. Sharon, your opinion is very little to me. You're wasting your breath right now, Sharon. You're wasting your breath right now. You're wasting your breath right now. Trust me. Yeah.
Armand Wiggins.
Bro, I've seen this like 20 different times, Sharon. It doesn't faze me anymore. None of what y'all do faze me anymore. Come on now. Where's my son at? Where's my son at?
Armand Wiggins.
All right, so you guys just heard everything for the most part that Miss Sharon had to say to Darius, and I feel no ways about it. I feel no ways about it because this young man is still standing in this woman's home, knowing that his child is not there, and after asked to leave on multiple occasions, he's still standing there. I don't give a damn what her mama say to him, because obviously he need to hear from somebody. Now I do think she went a little too much on 10 with the usher and speaking on the young man's DICK and it being limp and all of this stuff or whatever like that. But yeah, her snatching his cap back blue, I don't mind. Snatch it back blue. I don't mind at all. Thank you so much, Sir Smiles, for the super chat. Seems like he uses the baby to have free reign over Keke. Come on, let's talk about it. And her home and actions. That's probably why he felt threatened by Usher, because his peen limp and no, she out of his league. Congrats on the baby and the shower. Jay, you and Scotty look great. Leave Usher out of this. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I think the same thing. I definitely do. I think that she's out of his league. And a lot of men that don't often know how to pull their weight, and this ain't every man that may not meet the standard of where his woman is, but there are quite a few of them that may not be on the same level as her. The best thing for them to feel like a man or feel good in a relationship is to knock her down a bit emotionally in any other way that he can. So he's already really exposed himself via his tweets and things that he put out over the years. And I feel like he still feels a lot of the same ways of what people have, went and searched to find about him from years ago and stuff. So he the same old Darius, and it ain't too much of evidence that you could drop to try and make it seem like you're innocent. It just I can't rock with it for me. So if you feel like I'm standing on the side, I'm standing hard on the side that I'm on. And right now, I do not believe him. And I believe everything that Keke said. Period. And I'm not finna sway. I'm very biased. And I don't care. So that's that on that. Thank you so much, KDSCM first, for the super chat. He hasn't denied one thing the mama has said, nothing. The only thing that boy was like was, my family has nothing to do with this. Well, you over there harassing my family. They need to have something to do with this. Don't be over there harassing my fucking daughter. Where the fuck your raggedy ass mama at? Because if your raggedy ass mama was over here, I'll give her a piece of my mind anyway. Okay. Thank you, Shanice, for the super chat. Jamie, Miss Sharon told no lies. Okay. There's no such thing as going too far when it comes to your kids. He harassed Keke, so she harassed his ass. We even now. And that's just where it's at. And he sat up there wanting it. He wanted it. He kept this conversation going. And he recorded this woman. Those were his intentions. So it's like, I don't even know if I could even say she really harassed him, because he kept this conversation going. So it's really giving, she read his ass down and he probably couldn't take it. Talk about something, nothing that you have to say matters to me anymore. Well, why the fuck is you still there? Why are you still asking about your son? Talking about he gonna grow up to be a man. You aren't even one. Girl, y'all not finna play with me over here on this good internet that the Lord then gave us. Y'all not finna play with me and think I'm finna go up for it. I'm not finna go up for it. When he has some hardcore evidence, then maybe I'll shift. Maybe it'll shift a little bit, but right now I'm not shifting no fucking thing for nobody, because I want to have an unpopular or opposed opinion or whatever the hell y'all come up with. He don't make no sense. Period. But I just wanted to come to you guys this good morning. As I let me make sure. Hold on. I want to make sure my audio is not going out on me. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to come to you guys and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on this situation as tastefully as I possibly could. That's all that I have. Thanks to Armand for dropping the audio so that we can, discuss and deep dive more into what's going on with the Keke Palmer and the Darius Jackson situation. Okay. I'll continue to let you guys have your conversations and things down below in the comment section. If you have yet to subscribe to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Feel free to like the video. That's another way to support the channel as well. Okay. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'm JamiThatsMe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.